Happy Sabbath.
Selamat Sabado.
I have been so blessed to be here with you.
Ana sam ben sam ida hamuto ko imi oto ya atingida.
Your love and your joy has been infectious.
Imne domi no solo ana sam moras nebe infectious a diet.
Your music very good.
Música mas capaz teres.
And your food delicious.
No aihan mas gostulos.
Tonight I want to share what God has been doing in my life, in my family's life.
Kalang ida nai awa karak pahe testimonya kona ba saida makamaroma halo mai hau no haune familia.
But 1 hour is too short.
No ora sida hau no katak ne badak lip.
But I'll do what I can.
Maybe hau se koko buat nabe hau bele.
But before I begin, let us pray again.
Maybe antes começa mai ta oração.
Father, I thank you for the privilege I have tonight to share what you have been doing in my life.
Aman maroma ka anisa privilege buat tire bela ya Bibel tu pa testimonya kalang ida.
As I look back over my life, I am amazed at what you have done.
Mahira haware fila fali ba kotok ya na moris niya.
I'm very grateful. Very grateful.
Hau hak solo teves.
And tonight as I share, may you help me to share those things that will be the most blessing to the people here.
Poin kalan bahira pahe am experience sirane biar baidane sai benção basirane bero.
Thank you now in Jesus' name.
Obrigado, e Jesus menara.
Amen. God has a plan for each of our lives.
Maramak ia plano ba kada ita iledak ni Moris.
He put his plan together long before we ever understand what it's about.
Ne tahu hamuto plano sirane antes ita Moris.
In 1963, I was born in the country of England.
Ia 1963 hau Moris ia Inglaterra.
I was born at home.
Hau Moris ia uma.
And my mother was on one side of the bed giving birth to me, and my father was on the other side of the bed very sick.
Hau banhira hau Moris hau ne ama hau latane kama sore no hau ne apa latane kama sore moras.
And God used my father's sickness to move my family from England to Australia.
No na imaroma usa hau ne apa ne be moras muda aminya familia hos Inglaterra ba Australia.
My father's sickness was not good, but if he had not have been sick, I would not be here today.
Moras hau ne apa moras momento ne ba nela dia. Mabe karik momento ne ba nela moras hau la bela America ite bot serene oin kala.
My mother was baptized a Catholic when she was a baby.
Hau ne ama baptismo bahiranya si bebe tamania ema Katolik.
My father was never a religious man.
Hau ne apa lahir religi amida.
As I grew up in Australia, I knew nothing about God.
Bahira hau cresce ya Australia. Hau la tene buat tidak kona ba maroma.
Until one day when I was 7 years of age.
Tolorong ida bahira hau tinan hitu.
And my mother went to the box at the front of the house where the mail was put.
No hau ne ama bahia kaisa postal ne beha amine umawai.
And there was an invitation there to a series of evangelistic meetings.
No ia convite anda ba kona ba seminario evangelica.
And my mother decided to attend.
No hau ne ama decide atu attende.
So the whole family went, including my father.
Tanne amine familia tomak ba inclui hau ne apa.
And as a 7-year-old, watching the slides and listening to the preacher, I began to understand about Jesus.
No, hanesan labarik tinan hitu hau hare apresentação ya slide mos bahira pregador colia hau começa a compreender kona babaroma.
And at the end of that series, my mother was baptized an Adventist.
No bahira seminário na remata hau ne ama batismo.
So I started going to church every Saturday morning.
No hau aprende ba igreja cada sábado dede.
I was a small boy and a quiet boy.
Hau labarik mana ida lebeki no.
I used to get the prize for the best boy in Sabbath school because I didn't say anything.
Normalmente how hetan hanesan labarik mana nebe dia kliu tamba how la kolia wate de la halabaru.
I went to a government primary school and to Adventist high schools.
How ba escola primaria público no mas depois ba escola adventista.
And I used to compete with a few of my friends for being the bottom of the class.
No how ba ben compete ho le colega sera lao sia leten mai be ya lista kraiknia.
By the time I had reached year 12,
Tempo na ba how to na ida de sanulores inroa.
I was very discouraged with my education.
How ladong how discourage ko na ba how niya edukasyon.
I had failed English.
How falha é inglês.
I had failed mathematics.
How falha é matemática.
I had failed chemistry.
How falha é químico.
I had failed physics.
How falha mas é física.
But I passed biology.
Vai ver how new biologia.
And I was thinking in my mind it's time to give up school and go and find a job.
No, how ano ikata how tem que lá foi continuar a escola na how tem que buscar serviço.
But before that happened, a beautiful young lady came into my life.
Vai ver antes de ne começa noi bonita ainda mais how mores.
She's no longer young.
Agora ni ela nora quan.
This is my wife, Wendy.
Né how ne perquan Wendy.
She's still beautiful, yes.
Nia sei bonita to agora.
And at the young age of 16, I fell in love.
Momento na how se tina sana loresinnya how jatuh cinta.
And I decided this is the woman that I want to marry.
No how decide kata peto na how tem que caben dulu.
But if I marry her, then I have to have a good job to take care of her.
Mai be vai mira caben oni how tem que ia serviço ne dia katu cuida nia.
And if I drop out of school, then I can't be near her.
Tawa se how sayo se sekolah how la bele basic nia.
So I stayed in school and I finished year 12.
Tama na how hei dia sekolah to how remata SMA.
And by the grace of God,
Tama graça maromak nia.
I passed biology,
How passa biologia,
I passed English,
inglês,
and I passed chemistry.
no química.
I failed physics and maths.
How falha de física ou matemática.
It had been my goal to go to the James Cook University where my brother here studied.
No, how niya intenção akarak ba escola ya James Cook University ya nabe how mas escola ba?
But unlike him, I was not smart enough.
May ba how la nesa ni how la don matene kanesan ni. Ami hanesan.
But I did get into university. I did get to go to university
May ba how consegue ba universidad.
where I studied biology,
No how estuda biologia.
the subject I could pass the easiest.
Subject o disciplina ide nabe how fácil bele passa.
It was my goal to be a research biologist.
How ni objetivo makasai pesquisador biologia.
But God had another plan.
May ba maroma kaya plano sa lukida.
And one day, I was working with one of my professors during the holiday.
No lorong ida ba hirau serviço ho a un professor durante feriado.
We were out in the desert in Australia, a long way from
Ami
home.
rai fui kumara ya Australia na ba.
And we were standing around a fire at lunchtime talking.
No ami amri khaleu ahi no kolia.
And another student that was there said he was going to finish his biology degree and do a graduate diploma in education.
No iya kolega ida na ba. Nia tata kata kenia remata nia universidade no nia estuda
Graduate diploma in education.
nia sa bachelor ya biologia.
And then he was going to be a teacher.
No nia kara sai mestre.
And at that moment, for the first time, I heard the voice of God loud.
No, todo el tiempo na ba maka pela primera vez haurona maromak nelian makasters.
And God said, "You are to be a teacher," and He spoke directly at me.
No, ya momento na ba maromak kolia mai hau kata. Oh, thank you sai mestre.
I
Kolia direita ba niya.
had never ever thought of being a teacher.
hau nunca hanoi at sa mestre.
I was such a dumb student.
Tawa hau niya kakutak la don joga.
But the way God spoke to me, it was so clear that from that moment on, I knew that's what I had to be.
Mai be hau rona momos katak maroma kolia mai hau thank you sai mestre.
So I added another year to my studies and became a teacher.
Tambane hau aumenta hau ni estudo tinang idatan at sai mestre.
Now back to my wife.
Agora filha fale ba hau esposa.
When I was 16 and in year 12,
Banghira hau tinang sanulu resin ne banghira SMA kelas 3
I asked her to marry me.
hau sonia tu kaben hau.
She was 15
Nonia tinang sanulu resin 5.
and she said, yes.
Nonia hata hau akara.
It was a few years, 2.5 years later, we got married.
Depois tinang rua balon depois ami kaben.
We were both students at university.
Ami na rua estudante ya universidade.
Our government, the Australian government, was good enough to support us as married students.
No, governo Australia momento neba mas dia suporta ami hanya sa estudante.
So as we began our married life, we had morning and evening worship together.
No, bahira ami começa kaben ami dia costume ami sempre halo oração deder no kalan hamoto.
And I want to encourage all of you families, if you don't already, please take time in the morning to worship God together and in the evening together.
No, hau encourage família sira hoto ene kari sira prática atu halo oração hamoto iha deder no kalan.
In the evenings, we decided we would read stories about missionaries.
Ia kalan ami le kono ba historia missionary.
And we had lots of books.
No, ami ya libro barak teves.
And each night we would read a few chapters and learn about different places in the world and different missionaries.
No, kada kala ami le libro sirane kono ba serviço missionário ya fatin nebe diferente.
And after about 1.5 years of reading mission stories every night,
No, depois de tinang ida ho balon ami le libro missionário sirane.
God put it in our hearts that we should be missionaries.
No, marama kolia mai ami nelarang kata ami thank you sai missionário.
So as we discussed this, we decided that if we're going to be missionaries, we cannot give God any conditions.
No, ami decide kata kari ami atu halo ida leba maroma ami labele o syarat ka kondisang ba maroma.
We would go anywhere God sent us.
Ami seba fatin nebe maroma kakarak ami ba.
We would do whatever kind of work He gave us to do.
No, ami si halos serviço sai dere maroma po mai.
We would go for however long He wanted us to
No,
go.
ami seba fatin nebe do nebe maroma karo kami ba.
And money would not be an issue.
No, osan la osai problem.
We would just trust God.
We ami so fear ba maroma kre.
So we wrote to the General Conference volunteer department and asked them for work somewhere in the world.
Tamane ami akare karta ba General Conference husu atu ami sai missionary iha nebe.
And they sent us a very nice short letter back.
No, sira resposta ho karta ba dakide.
The letter said, "We are sorry,
Karta na hatete disculpa.
but you do not have any experience,
Ita bot sira la ya experiencia.
so we have no job for you."
Tamane ami la ya serviço ba ye.
Full stop.
Ponto final.
Now my wife and I were not ready to take no as an answer.
No, how esposa sira pronto a kusimu
You see-
lai o si
This-
sama dele.
The Holy Spirit was working in our hearts and we knew we were to be missionaries.
No, Espiritu Santo serviço é ami larang kata ami te kisai missionary dun.
So we wrote to a pastor in Papua New Guinea.
Tambane ami akare karta ida ba pastor ida ya Papua Nova Guinea.
And he wrote back and said, "You can work in a village 8 hours hike up in the mountain."
No, nia resposta mai kata ami bele serviço ia poholete. Mais ou menos horas walu sai ba poholete.
And we wrote back, we are coming.
No sira resposta. Ami mayona.
But God had a different plan.
Mabe maromak ya plano selo kida.
Sometimes we try to run ahead of God.
Dala roma itakarak halayulok des maromak.
One day I was visiting the school that I had been to for high school.
Lorong ida how visita escola ensino secundario ida.
And while I was visiting the school, the conference secretary rang the secretary at the school.
Banhira how visita escola ne. Secretario si conference telefone ba secretario na ba.
And he said to her, "Do you know where I can find Tim Maddocks?"
No ni hatete. Ita bot hatene galai. Iya nebe makau bele hetan Tim Maddocks.
And she said, "Well, actually, he's right here."
No ni hatete. Ni ayam ni soring hel.
And she called me and I spoke to the conference secretary.
No, how kolia ho secretary conference na.
And he said, "The South Pacific Division would like you to go to Samoa as a teacher."
No, dia kolia kata ka ia division South Pacific persija ema tuba Samoa.
As a teacher.
Anessa mestre.
He said, "You have 24 hours to get back and give me a yes or a no."
Donde for how tempo 24 horas para tu resposta sim ou não. Los colai.
You see, at that time there were no cell phones.
Ya tempo na balai telemóvel.
And we were too poor to have a telephone.
No, ami kiak temos atu hetan telefone.
So the conference secretary didn't know how to find me, but the Holy Spirit impressed him to call the school when I was there.
Mesmo ami telefone lá ya. Mas Espírito Santo info impressão ba conference secretary atu dere ba escola ne ba.
So I went and did I turn that off? I went and found my wife.
Au fila ba buka minha esposa.
And told her the news.
No, até tinha para novidades ida.
And we prayed together.
No, ami halora sama.
And that night we sat down to open our mission story book and read.
No, kalan ne ba? Ami tur no loke libro missionary sir.
We had read hundreds of stories from many, many countries.
Ami le una historia atus ba atus hosi fatin nebe different.
But we had never read a story about Samoa.
Mas ami nunca le historia ida kono ba Samoa.
And as we opened the book to the bookmark and we began to read,
No, ami começa loke libro.
the story was about Samoa.
No, iya marcador libro niya historia kono ba Samoa.
So it was at that instant we knew that God wanted us to go to Samoa.
No, iya momento na ba kaya ami atene kata maramo kakar kami ba Samoa.
Sometimes God will talk to us and tell us what He wants us to do.
Dala Roman maromak kolia maita saida mak niya hakarak ita tu halo.
Sometimes He will use providence to help us know what is His will.
Dala Roman niya usa providencia para haturu maita saida maka ita tu halo.
And so we knew this time from providence that God wanted us to go to Samoa. So we canceled Papua New Guinea.
No, iya tempo ne Leo si providencia dan ami hatane kata marong kakar kami ba Samoa.
I was going to be paid a full wage for going to Samoa.
No, sira si ko salario full my house.
But this was not the reason we chose to go.
May be idanela osrazam ami ba na ba.
We chose to go because we knew it was God's will.
Ami hakarak ba sama ami hatane kata idane na ibaromak ni hakarak do.
I spent 3 years teaching in Samoa.
No how gasta tinan tolu hanore iya Samoa.
Teaching during the school day and afterwards agriculture with the students.
How hanore iya loron depois ele continua a atividade de agricultura.
And then we were asked by the church to go to Fiji,
Depois a igreja Husuami para tuba Fiji.
where I was to teach during the school day and do agriculture with the students after.
Atu hanorin sekolah junior na ba? Depois continuamos atividade agricultura.
So for 2 years I taught at Fulton College in Fiji. Fulton College.
Depois ni hanorin tinan rua, ia Fulton College, ia Fiji.
And then for 2 years I managed the school farm at Fulton College.
No, durante tinan rua na ba? Nia zere tos sekolah niya.
And during that time my 2 boys were born.
No, ia tempo na ba makau niya oan na rua Morris.
Okay, here's a later picture with my wife and I and my 2 boys.
Ida na maka-literato hau niya familia niya, o hau niya oan na rua, o esposa.
This is not in Fiji, this is in Cambodia.
Nela o siya Fiji, may bay a Cambodia.
While I was in Fiji, I again began hearing the voice of God.
Pahira hau ya Fiji, talidatan hau rona maroma kolia may hau.
And he was telling me 2 things.
Niya hatatay may hau buat rua.
I was to work for ADRA,
Hau atu servisi ba adra,
and I was to be a pastor.
no hau atu say pastor.
And it's like, God, how can I be a pastor?
No, niya sa questiona, o insau bel say pastor.
I'm a science teacher, I'm an agriculturalist.
Hau ne mestri ciencia, no hau ne ema agricultor.
I went to a government university.
Hau ba ia universidade público, governo niya.
But God, I can work for ADRA.
May be hau hatatay marama hau la bel servisi ba adra.
So I applied to work with ADRA. I applied to work.
No niya apply ba adra.
Then ADRA wrote to me and said, you have to make a choice.
No adra hakerek fila fale mai dean. O tenki hili.
You can go to Africa, to the country of Zambia,
O bele ba Afrika ia nasam Zambia.
or you can go to Cambodia.
Ka itabot bele ba Cambodia.
My wife and I talked about it.
No hau an esposa ano ikona ba idane.
Zambia, there are lots of big animals, nice for a biologist.
Zambia ia animal bot barak ne diak ba ema biologist.
There was also a hospital at the place we would work.
No iha mas hospital ia serius fate.
Good for our 2 small boys if they got sick.
Ne diak ba hau ne awan ne besiki kwam karit sira moras.
Cambodia, a country at war.
Ia Cambodia ia funo momentu ne ba.
Lots of landmines.
Ia saya Granada sira ba ema koya raine barbara.
And the hospitals were a place to go to die.
No hospital ba para ita tomate.
And so both my wife Wendy and I, we put our hand up for Zambia, Africa.
No ami nain rua di sili ami foteliman atu ba Zambia.
But we asked God, where do you want us to go?
May ba ami usumaroma.
And we
Isa
asked,
hakara ami ba nebe.
and we asked him for a sign.
No ami husu atu niya fo sinal maya.
He put his hand up for Cambodia.
No niya foteliman.
And
Katak ami ba Cambodia.
his hand is a lot bigger than ours.
No niya liman bot liwa ami niya.
And so when we saw the sign that we had asked for, we knew it was God's will for us to go to Cambodia.
No bahira ami hatene hare sinal dana ami hatene katak maroma kakarak ami ba Cambodia.
And so in 1992,
Ne ia 1992
we moved our family to the small town of Siem Reap in the northwest part of Cambodia.
ami muda ba Siem Reap ia parte norte Cambodia niya.
There I was to manage an ADRA project.
Ia ne ba ami zere projeto adra niya.
I was to help farmers improve their rice yields. I was to help farmers improve their rice yields.
No, how ajuda agricultor sira atu aumenta produção. Yeah, produção.
But I had never grown rice before.
Mas how nunca halo natar antes sira.
But God can use us to do all sorts of things that we never thought we could do.
Mas maromak bele halo ita halo buat nebe ita nunca hanoi ita tu halo.
We just have to have a willing heart.
Ita so ihade hakara laran nebe hakara katu halo.
It was very quickly that God showed me that He had something else for us to do.
No, hola esteves maromak haturu Miami.
The town we
Buat
went,
seluk nebe ami atu halo.
the town we went to live in, Siem Reap, had no Christians.
Momento ami ba e fating nebe ami hela ba.
And we
Ema
realized,
kristau ida maslaya.
we realized God had sent us there more than to help people grow rice.
No, ami comprende kata maroma karuka ami ba neba la os de atu halo nata kudahare.
We were to go to help the Lord of the harvest.
No, ami maroma karuka ba neba atu ajuda naim ba kolyeta.
And so we began church planting as well as doing agri work.
No, ami começa estabelece igreja e neba.
And we started the first church in the town of Siem Reap in Cambodia.
No, ami inicia igreja dahulu ia Sembre.
Now this was still a time of war in Cambodia.
No, tempo neba sei tempo fununia ia Cambodia.
In 1993, one night one morning we were still sleeping. It was 4 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden there was a big explosion just down the road.
Yeah, the day madrugada ami sitova hela ami rona bomba raventa dalan oil ia patin nebe ami hela ba.
And then gunfire all over town.
No, ai sunu ba patin hot.
The Khmer Rouge army had come to attack the government army in the Siem Reap town.
No, soldado rebels Khmer Rouge, nede Khmer Mean siramai assalta.
I think
Soldado governo niya.
many of you know how that feels and how it sounds.
No, ito bara kanema hatene o insight in sentimento ya momento idane sanne.
We had Khmer Rouge soldiers under the house next door to us, shooting at government soldiers across the road.
Yeah, Khmer mera makaya sorry, tiro malo ho forças governo niya ia dalan sorry.
And I was scared.
No, how tau close.
My wife was scared.
How niya esposa mas tau close.
My 2 small boys were scared.
How niya online rua mas tau close.
And the fighting went on for 2 hours
Na tiro malo durante oras rua.
before the Khmer Rouge left the town.
Antes Khmer Rouge usika la cidade.
We realized something, that in the middle of all that fighting, we were safe in the protection of God's hand.
Ami começa hatene kata durante tiro malo ia proteção neba tamane ami dia kela momento tiro malo.
We left the town together with all the other foreigners.
Ami husikela cidade ga suku neba ami hela ba ho em estrangeiro seluxer.
And we didn't know if we were going to come back.
Na ami hatene ami se fila kalai.
Now we had been planting a church, we had baby Christians there that were leading to Jesus.
Ami kuda da igreja fome neba. No sira se anesa bebe ami la hatene sayo insan.
They weren't ready to be left,
Sira pronto a tu ita usikela.
but we left.
Maybe ami usikela sira.
And we went to the beach to relax and recover.
Ami ba tasibo hatu relax hatu ala con stress serne.
And there on the beach, my wife and I were praying and talking about what had happened.
No momento ia praia ami how a minha esposa ala oração com a situação neba.
And we made a decision.
No ami ala decisão ida.
If this ever happens again,
Kari ida ne acontece tan.
We will not leave unless we hear the voice of God to tell us to leave.
Ita sila sai hela patenne announcer maroma kolia mai ita katak ita kan.
Because we had seen that God could protect us.
Tamba ita hareo na katak maroma pela protege ita.
Well, we hoped it would never happen again.
Maybe ami nunca espera tu ira ne acontece filafal.
But it did happen again.
Maybe acontece filafal inakan.
Many years later,
Tinan barak tuirmai
1997,
ya 97
there was a coup in the capital city of Cambodia, Phnom Penh.
ia kru ia cidade capital Phnom Penh.
And God arranged for us to be there when the coup happened.
Oh, ne sa modelo sa golpe de ia Phnom Penh.
And it was 2 days of fighting all around us.
No tiro malu loron rua.
They were using tanks and rocket-propelled grenades.
Uja tanque de guerra o granada o buat sel.
But this time, instead of fear, we had peace.
Maybe tempo dane ami laos tau. Maybe ami paz.
And we were able to share our peace with those that had gathered on the mission compound.
No ami consegue fai paz ne basira nebe ia compound nebe hamoto pam.
Now all of the the foreign missionaries were told to leave Cambodia.
No ema estrangeiro sira e momento neba ema tete para tenki husika la cidade.
And the secretary of the union, the president of the union, he rang me and he said, I want you to take your family out of Cambodia.
No presidente union telefone bania no atete kata hawa karakwa fote imi sayo si fatende.
But by this time we didn't work for the church. We were running our own supporting ministry called Salt Ministries.
Babe momento na ba ami halorasik ami ministério. Ela os suporta a igreja, mas ami halorasik ami ministério.
And I said to the president of the union, thank you for your care for us.
No, tete ba presidente union, obrigado ba ito wat ni cuida Miami.
But we are not going.
Maybe ami laba.
Because God hasn't told us to leave.
Tamba maromak sila katete ami ito ba.
Then the president surprised me.
No, president union, yeah, for surprise Miami.
He said, well, if you're not going, can you stay at the mission in Phnom Penh and be like acting mission president in the absence of all the missionaries?
Tama ni diyan. Se itabot la koiba, então belega itabot anasa presidente interino misão niya. Iya cidade tamba.
So
for
2 months I was acting mission president, unofficial.
No, how presidente interino misão niya. Pulan rua momento no.
God has strange ways of doing things sometimes.
Maromak dal rumaya buat no extraña. Halo buat sirane maita.
I had said to God, how could I be a pastor? And he makes me acting mission president.
How ulo kusuba maromak. O insao bersai pastor. Mas agora niya halos ay how presidente interino misão.
After we finished working on our ADRA project,
depois de remata serviço ya projeto ADRA,
God began speaking to me in my private devotions in the morning.
No maromak kolia mai how ia how ne devoção de dernia.
And it was very clear.
No kolia mai how most steps.
And he began outlining the plan for my life.
No nia começa sublinha o imagem conaba oinsa how ne mores.
He said, I want you to work full-time for me.
How cara ita serviço full-time mai how.
That means no pay.
Ne significa la ia salário.
He said, I want you to take the $20,000 that you have saved and use it to do the work I give you to do.
No, minha tete, vai fote osam 24,000 nebe o poupa ela. No mai halo serviço nebe a cara koha.
I want you to buy land in the Siem Reap countryside and to develop a training center for Bible workers.
No, house osam ne house osa raias ia fatin nebe au hela ba no desenvolve centro de treinamento enva.
He said, I want you to live like the people out in the village.
No how pepi moris anesa ema campo ia vila neba.
That was our first house out in the village.
Ida nebana amine uma primeira vez ia neba.
He said, I don't want you to ask anybody for money.
Au la husu ema ida osa la husu.
That's my job, God's job.
Ne la osa une service ne maroma pena tu osa.
And I don't want you to worry about the money.
No how akara imila leka preocupa hosa.
The last part was the hardest.
Ia parte ikusnema ka susarli.
I went to my wife and I told her, these are the things that God is telling me.
No how ba una esposa no atade. Ida ne makamarama kolia mai ha.
And she said,
No ne atete.
God didn't tell me.
Maroma kolia ba o me vela kolia mai ha.
The thought of moving our two boys out to the countryside without any income and using all the money that we'd saved was frightening to her.
Na sa susaron tau teles tamba muda ba area remota neba. Ho foti hotu osan nebe ami ia no salari vida la ia. La ia salari.
But she wanted to do whatever God wanted her to do.
Mai be ni hakar halo.
And so she began asking God to show her, was this really God's will for our family?
No nia começa a husu maroma. Atu confirma karik ida ne maroma tia karak don.
And God gave her a sign.
No maroma ponia sinalida.
And she knew this was really God speaking to me.
No nia tene kata ne maroma makakolia don.
And so December 31, 1995 was the last time I got a monthly paycheck.
Ia 31 de dezembro 95. Hausimu salário ikusliu. Ia momento luga.
Some of you weren't even born back then.
E mi valo sila moristan.
But I'm still alive.
Mas hausi moris.
Because we've been studying that verse, Matthew 6:33.
Tamba ita aprende Mateus capítulo 6 verso 33.
Seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all the other things you need will be given to you.
Buka ulu na imaroma kanya reino la loyan no nia dia los no buat selo que se aumenta também.
For nearly 24 years I have been testing God to see if He was telling the truth.
No, durante 24 anos, ao testeon, care saíram para uma catete los.
And He has never failed to keep His promise.
No, nia, nunca falha. A tu cair minha promessa.
This is my family last year.
Irene, a minha família, tinang koto.
My little boys are men.
A minha labarik mane ki kida uruk na agora sai mane bot.
My oldest son on the left. He turned
mane bot parte caro.
He turned 31 yesterday.
Nia halo aniversario 31.
We brought up our boys to be Cambodians.
Ami habot sira atu sai ema Cambodia.
Their skin is white.
Sira ne kulit makmuti.
They have a European nose.
Sira ia inus Europeania.
But they speak and read and write the Cambodian language.
Nada sira kolia hakere le ia liang Cambodiania.
All their friends are Cambodians.
Sira ne kolega hotu ema Cambodia.
Home is Cambodia.
Sira ne umamas Cambodia.
So they both chose to marry Cambodian girls.
Tambane sira na indrua hili feto Cambodia tukabe.
And to stay and work with us.
No hela no serviço ho ami.
So I'm a very blessed missionary.
Ambane ami sa benção missionary.
Because I have my children and their spouses working with me.
Tama how ia oan ho sira ne fen serviço ba how.
Now there's two Cambodian young people on the right.
Ia ema Cambodia nurak lain rua ia soring loss.
The young lady is my Cambodian daughter.
Ia feto nurak neba nene on feto.
She came to live with us when she was 7 years old after her mother died of AIDS.
Nia mahela ho ami mahira nia seida tinang itu mahira nia ama mate tamba moras AIDS.
And her husband was a man that grew up in our orphanage.
No nia katuasan maka both ho ami ia orphanat.
I have 3 grandchildren.
Au ia beyuan tolu.
And I'm lucky because they live next door.
No how sorti teves tama sira hela basic hub.
When we began our ministry called Salt Ministries, we began it as a supporting ministry to help the church.
Momento ami funda ami ministeru naran ministeru masin Salt Ministry ami forma idana to support a igreja.
God had told me that we should train lay people to be church planters, and we should also plant a church in our community.
No marama kolia Miami kata ami tenki kuda igreja no treino ema atu kuda igreja hamosu igreja.
So when we moved out into that little house in the countryside,
no momento ami muda ba uma kikwang ida ya arere mota ohine.
we took one Cambodian family from the city or from the town to go with us.
No ami husu familia Cambodia ida hosidade atu ba moto ko ami.
And as 2 families, we began sharing the love of Jesus in the community.
No familia ruana ami começa fahe Jesus ba comunidade.
My wife started a little clinic, medical clinic, hospital, even though she's not a doctor.
No how ne ferikwa halo be klinika ida atu
And
ia serviço de mesmo nia la os doutora.
she would help the local village people with their medical needs.
Nia ajuda ema ia supo neba quando vai ser ne precisa medical nia.
Over a 4-year period, she treated 6,000 people.
Durante
4 years.
durante tinang hat nia cura ema ring hat resi.
And our church began to grow.
No a minha igreja começa a crescer.
But there was a problem.
Mas ia problema ida.
We were foreigners.
Ami malai.
And we were teaching a foreign religion.
No ami hanorin religião malai serni.
And people didn't trust us.
No sira da fiera.
But God had a plan.
Mas maroma que plan.
Let me go back to this house.
How fila faliba uma simple sira.
One night, it was a bit late, 9 o'clock at night. We were still up and the door of the house was still open.
Kalang ida, tukusia kalang mana. Ami iha Amerika orang matan sina klokela.
And my wife and I were talking about how could we reach the local people with the gospel.
No, how on esposa kolia on inside bele alcanza ba comunidade besikita.
All of the people that lived around us were Buddhist.
Ema serne hela haleu ami ema serne budista.
But like here, they also worship the spirits.
Maybe hanesa ite hane siramos adora espiritu o mate clamar sira.
The land spirits, the tree spirits, the mountain spirits, the river spirits, the lake spirits.
Maybe espiritu fatuk, espiritu ai, espiritu mota, espiritu barbar.
And the ancestral spirits.
No espiritu abo sira niamos.
And so we're talking and my wife says, it's really important that we experience what the local people experience.
No ami kolia, no importante teves atu experiencia konaba saida maka ema local sernafia.
At that moment, my wife had become a prophet.
No momento neba how no suppose saya na profeta.
Because 30 seconds later, there was a noise outside.
Tambah 30 segundos, 30 detik kemudian ia barulho ia lewat.
One thing the local people experienced and they really were afraid of was being robbed at gunpoint at night.
Ida maka ema suku sira paling tahu maka ia perampokan ia kalah.
And I stepped out of that little doorway with a flashlight and I shone it around to see what was the disturbance.
No, hau hakat sai au da mata na ba ho ni lamprak ki kile no leno atu hare sai da ma kontes.
And there were 3 AK-47s pointing at me.
No ia AK-37 tolu makaturu mai ha.
That's why I said my wife was a prophet.
Nampas nem hau den sposa maka profeta.
Somehow she saw that this experience was coming, but she didn't know what the experience was going to be.
Tamania atene dia buat tidak main atu acontece mai venia la atene sai de lo.
Well, the men demanded money and my wife gave them some money.
No, emana tolu ne husu osa. No, only sposa for osa.
I stood in the doorway because my family was inside and I didn't want them coming into the house.
No hau ya da mata, hanya familia yang malara, no hau la koi sira tutama mai malara.
If they wanted to fire the bullets, they just go straight through the leaves anyway.
No sira akara tiru direita ba umalara.
My wife didn't have very much money. It was, I think, about $3 in the local money.
No, hanya fen la ia wasambara. Mais ou menos ia dollar tolu rate ia osan lokal ni.
And she handed it to them.
No ne forma sira.
It was rolled up with a rubber band around it.
No ne osan $3 kesi ho be borasha.
And they looked at it in the light that was coming out from our house.
No sira leno ia ahina roman ne sayo si aminu malara.
And they threw it back into the house.
No sira tuda tama fila fale malara.
And at that moment, one of the men stepped up right in front of me.
No ia mana ida sira mai hakat mai ia hone o inkeres.
And I was looking down the barrel of the AK-47.
No nia hare babe kilat AK-37 nia kuak ne.
And as I looked down the barrel, I saw an angry face.
No bahira haware tumba haware oib nebe siap los irus los.
And a finger on the trigger.
No nia lima começa boca ida be buat ida be akatilo sim.
And the end of the gun is about here.
No distancia mais ou menos pese cansado.
So the bullet is going to come here and come out here.
No cartus sei mai hene depois tempo se cotoclo.
And immediately I thought, I'm about to die.
No imediatamente hawa tu matel.
And when you're about to die, things start to happen very quickly in your mind.
No bahira ita tene ita tu matel na buat ne sa ideia mosu lalais ia tene kakota.
And the question that came to my mind is, do you really believe that you are saved by the blood of Jesus?
No pergunta ida nebe mosu makne. Ita buat certeza duni galai. Kata ita buat heta salvação tamba na Jesus nera.
You see, if I was truly saved by the blood of Jesus, it did not matter if I died.
No, cari, hau ne pecado cerne, hamoso Jesus nera, hau mate agora la problem.
Because when Jesus comes again, I would rise and have eternal life with him.
Tamba bahira Jesus mai fali, hau certeza kata hau se moris fali.
But if I didn't truly believe, then it mattered if I died.
Mai be cari hau la dong fear, ina nesai problem.
And as I thought about that,
Bahira hau noi kona bai ne.
I knew that Jesus had died for me.
Hau atane kata Jesus mate ona mai hau.
It wasn't just something I taught people,
Nela os buat ida nebe hau anorim bai.
but it was real in my heart.
Mai be ida ne realidade, ia hau nelar.
And as I took hold of that truth,
No bahira hau kair meting lia los ida ne.
God filled my heart with the peace that passes all understanding.
No bahira hau kair meting ida ne. Maroma fo pas mai hau nebe liu buat toto.
He filled my heart with the joy of Jesus.
Nya ense hau nelara o solo Jesus ni.
It was warm and it was happy.
Senti manas no aksala.
And so I'm looking down this gun,
No haware tumba kilat ne.
feeling joyful.
How solok.
And as I'm enjoying this joy and this peace,
Bangira how solok, bangira how contenti. Ho pas na be maromak fo.
the man that was standing there
Ya emaida hamrike na ba.
stepped across quickly and pushed the man that was holding the gun.
No niya mai dulu niya kolega ida na be tau kilat mai hanoi.
He must have thought that he was really going to pull the trigger.
Niya hanoi katak niya atu.
And he must have
Tino
thought,
duli.
this won't be good for them.
No ida nela dia pasir.
And he pushed him with so much force that this man fell on the ground and dropped the gun.
No ni dudu makas teles tamane mana ne mono no kilat mas mono.
Now the man is angry 2 times.
Now agora mana ne hirus dobro.
And as he stood up, he grabbed the barrel of the gun and he swung the gun with all his might and he hit me in the leg.
No nia 45 kilat ne no nia começa baku o força ne venia ia força outra ne venia no kilat kona nia ai.
But my leg didn't break.
Mai hanya ai la toha.
This is the only time I showed people my legs.
Ida ne tempo
I had very skinny legs.
tempo ida ne be hawa akuraunia ai how ya ai ne be kikwa.
And there's not much meat between the bone and
No
the
la
skin.
ia isim barakana.
And the steel handle of that gun hit me right across here.
No kilat ne besine baku nia ai partene ba.
My feet didn't move and I didn't feel any pain.
How nia ai nem bokan. How mus la Timoras.
And I said to the man, I will get you some money. And I walked across the room to where I had money.
No, tete manene. How se fo sambalo. No, how lava fatin nebe haurayosa.
I got him some money, just a little bit, about $18.
No, fo osambaniano tete ne osa itoan.
Handed it out,
Osan
to
dola
them.
sanun rising walu.
and they disappeared into the darkness.
No, sira la konti hasino.
Today I can tell you that is the best experience I have ever had in my life.
O en loran how kolia no idane anesa experience nebe tiak liu ia ne moristom.
Because I experienced the joy and the peace of God in a way I'd never experienced it before.
Tamba how enjoy pass no solok nebe marama fo.
And I'm really looking forward to get to heaven.
No how akarapala le.
Because that peace and that joy will be mine for eternity.
Tamba paz no solok nebe how sinti ide me momento au sinti ne how se sinti va vida eterna va moris ronda.
God took that bad experience
Maroma foti experiencia at nebe hami enfrenta
and He used it for the glory of His kingdom.
non ne usa ba gloria reino la lene.
You see, all the people around, they heard what happened.
Ema amine vizinho sira rona saide ma acontece.
And they expected that we would leave.
No sira espera kata ami pasti tululum biti baon.
But we carried on with life just like nothing had happened.
No ami continua moris. Anessa buat tidak la acontece.
And they began to accept us as their friends.
No sira começa simo ami anessa sira ne colega.
Because we were willing to experience what they experienced.
Tamba ami pronto a tua experiência saide ma sira experiência.
And our church began to grow.
No a minha uma crera começa a crescer.
A number of years later, we built this church structure.
Tinan hira tu irmai ami hari igreja ide nama.
And this is our congregation a couple of months ago.
Ide nama ami membro igreja sira pulang hira liuba.
We started training lay people to be Bible workers.
Ami começa a treino ema bye.
Oui.
Aku sai Bible worker.
We had never done this before,
Ami nunca halo ide antes.
but God taught us what to teach.
Mami maroma kanorin ami.
And
Atu hanorin saide.
as we taught them in this 4-month course,
Ami banhira ami hanorin sira kursu fulan ha.
I experienced an amazing thing.
How experiência buat nebe furak teles.
As I was teaching my students, my adult students,
Banhira hawa norin hau nia estudante adulto sira.
the Holy Spirit was teaching me.
Espiritu Santo começa a hanorin hau.
So I'm teaching them at this level,
No hau hanorin sira level idane.
and the Holy Spirit's teaching me at this level.
Espiritu Santo hanorin hau level idane.
So every day we all went to class.
Tambane lor ami hotu ba class.
I was a student like them,
Hau mas estudante idane sira.
but in order to learn, I had to teach.
Mai be atu aprende hau mas tem que hanorin.
And God will do the same for you.
No maromak se halo hanesan ba ini.
If you will go and teach people about Jesus, God will teach you more.
Bahira ini ba hanorin ema kona ba na Jesus. Maromak se hanorin ini.
If you teach them 5 points, God will teach you 10.
Se imi hanorin sira pontu lima maromak se hanorin ini pontu sanul.
Because God is good.
Tama maromak ne dia.
And He loves to bless those who want to be a blessing.
No nia for bensam ba sira na be sai bensam ba emasel.
So we trained Bible workers from 1998 till the year 2007.
No ami treino Bible worker o si 98 to 2007.
And many of the pastors and most of the church planters in Cambodia trained with us.
No mayoría o si pastor sira ia Cambodia sira treino hon.
So we were doing spiritual development of Adventist church members.
Ami treino pois halo desenvolvimento espiritual a minha membro igreja
And Adventist young people.
va ema nurak adventista sira.
Now because we were being faithful to what God had asked us to do,
Tamba ami fiel ba saida makania husu ami atu halo
God trusted us with more.
maroma confia ami.
You
O
remember,
buat nabe liu.
you remember the 3 stewards in Matthew 25?
Emi lembra gestor na itolo ia Mateus 25.
2 were faithful and 1 was not.
Rua fiel mai ida lai.
So the unfaithful one had what he had taken away and it was given to the faithful one.
No ida nebela dia na importitia no fova ida nebe ia var.
So God asked us to start a school.
No maroma husu ami tu começa inicia escola.
So now we're church planting, we're lay training, teaching lay Bible workers, and we're running a school.
Além de ami treino Bible worker, ami nos local escola.
So this is our students and some volunteers that came a few months ago.
Le ami voluntari balu no estudante sira ia ami escola.
Now we have 2 schools.
Agora ami a escola ro.
This one is kindergarten to grade 12.
Ida ne te kato SMA.
Bilingual, we teach Cambodian language and we teach English language.
Ia língua rua, língua Cambodia, no mos inglês.
The other school is just grade 1 to 3.
E escola ida selu, ne kelas ida to tolu de.
And we plan to start more small schools in the countryside.
No ami plano atu planta o curata escola, hari escola selu.
So we were faithful. We started the school according to God's direction.
Ami começa construir escola ida ne tu plano maromak ne.
And we were training Bible workers according to God's direction.
No ami treino Bible worker tu maromak ne plano.
And we ourselves and our Bible workers were starting churches. We ourselves and our Bible workers were starting churches.
No ami ni Bible worker sera estabelece igreja mos.
And then God gave us something else to do.
No maromak o buat selu ida tan ba ami atuhal.
While we were still doing all the other things.
Mahira ami se halo mas buat sira na ba.
So the mission called us to be voluntary family ministries and children ministries directors.
Amanay misang may husu ami atus say director ba children ministry.
And family ministry.
No ministerio familia niya.
And then 3 years later they asked me to be the stewardship director for the mission.
No tinantolu tuirmay sira hili ami say director stewardship, mardo mia.
They also asked me to be district pastor.
Siramas usuhaw at say pastor distrito.
No pay,
Laihat salary.
voluntary.
Voluntary.
I had the biggest district of all the pastors in Cambodia.
No how ne distrito no boat liu distrito selo kaya Cambodia.
27 churches,
Ia igreja rua nulu resing
or
hito.
27 groups.
Ia grupo rua nulu resing hito.
So it's like, God, my cup is full and running over.
No, niya kata how niya valde na kono no fakar.
But God said, you're faithful, you're not done yet.
No maramak diyan. Oh yeah, onia service sira foto.
In 2003, we started the orphanage.
No, ia 2003 kami começa hari orfanato.
And it was not long before we were taking care of 196 orphans.
No, kami cuida atu sida sianulu resin nen.
We didn't take care of them ourselves,
Kiak sira.
but people that we trained in the Bible Worker Training course, we employed them to take care of them.
Ami la o serviço direita, mas ema sira nabe ami treino sira cuida ema sira.
With lots of children, we started a Pathfinders Club.
Tamba labarik barak, então kami começa halo klubu Pathfinder.
Today, one of my sons is our local Pathfinder Director, but also the voluntary Cambodia Mission Pathfinder Director.
Agora dirap, hau nia orang ida nia mas anesa leader Pathfinder. Eno.
Now, about this time, it's like, I cannot do all of these things.
No, to tempo ida ne, hau ano kata hau labele halo buat toto tu hau mesakte.
So I said to the mission, I cannot be a district pastor any longer.
No, hau teteba misam kata hau labele sai pastor.
I am working 7 days a week.
Hau serviço lorong hitu ya semana ida.
I'm a seventh-day Adventist, not a 7-day-a-week worker.
Hau ema sétimo dia adventista hau la os ema serviço lorong hitu ni.
So the mission relieved me of my district work.
No, misam husik hau libre.
But I met John Wood.
Maybe hau
John Wood.
niya sir Senior John.
And God used him to plant a new idea in the mind.
No niya maramak usa Senior John atu kuda ideia pong dia hau.
A television studio.
No mi começa studio televisão.
We first designed a studio on a piece of paper in 2004.
Ami dahulu ami desenho de ia papel ida kertas ida ia 2004.
We didn't build it until 2009.
Ami lahari umana ba tahun 2009.
By that time, the plan had got a little bit bigger.
No, to tempo na ba ami ne plano buat itu ana.
So now, by this time, we've stopped doing the lay training program. We'd stopped doing the lay training program.
No, ia tempo ida ne ami começa para treinamento ba
But
ema lei ema bai ema awam.
we're running a kindergarten to grade 12 school and an orphanage and now a media center.
Ami loka escola TK to SMA, ami mos loka studio televisão.
And the school has a dormitory.
No escola e asrama, dormitorio.
So apart from the orphan children, we have a lot of Adventist children from the countryside in the dormitory.
Além de lavar selo que neve mai escola, ami mos membro lavar adventista sira neve mai si fatin mai ami ni fatin.
And their parents can't afford to pay for the food
No,
or the tuition.
ina aman la ia forza to selo sira ni han hem.
Now I want to briefly talk about faith.
Agora how kara kolya la escola faith.
You see, the $20,000 that we began our ministry with have disappeared very quickly.
Osam 20,000 neve ami usa lore inicia ami ministério hotula laise.
But God had said, don't ask people for money, He'll find the money.
Na maramak dia la bele husu ema osam tamba niamak se buka osam.
And the money just kept coming.
No, osan começa mai.
But we learned that we had to step out in faith.
No, ami hata kata tem que ia fé.
Don't wait for God to give you all the money.
Label hinto maromak po osan lai.
If it's His work, then He can give it to you whenever He wants.
Kari ira ne serviço maromak nia sei fo. Ia tempo ne ben kar.
This building,
Umay dene.
we got a $200 donation for this building.
Ami inisia umay dene. Ami hetan doa sang osan $2
$200 does not buy very many building materials.
Osan $100 rua disculpa. No, idane la suficiente at sosa material.
But for me, that was God's sign.
Maybe bahau idane anesa sinal osi maroma.
Start building.
Começa hari.
So we started building.
No, ami começa hari.
It took us 15 months to finish this building.
No, ami gasta pulang sanolo resin lima tu hari idane.
We spent about $70,000 to build it.
Ami gasta rion hitu nulu US tu hari idane.
And we never asked anyone but God for the money.
Ami nunca husu osam ba ema ida so maromak te.
We saw God work all kinds of miracles.
Ami hare milagre bara.
And then within 2 months of finishing the building, we had $60,000 worth of equipment in the building, and we didn't ask anybody for money.
No, después de remata humana, pulan rua ami hetan rion nem nulu US. No, ami nunca husu osam itu. Atu sosa equipamento ser.
God was teaching us that if we are doing what God has asked us to do, He will provide.
Marama kanori nami kata. Bahira itahala buat neve nia hakara nia se fornece osa.
Today it costs about $18,000 a month to keep our ministry going.
To endora
Last month I had 70 people working for me.
to fulang kotu au ia staff nain hitunul serviço maior.
This month I put on another 12.
Fulang idane au tautan sanulu resinro.
And I've learned not to worry about money.
No, how aprende ona kata kau lalika preocupa con baosa.
We don't have money to pay the 70 staff.
Amila yawasan atu selu staff nain hitunulu.
So why would I put on 12 more?
Tama saile maka how aumenta tan sanulu resinro.
Because the end of the month has not come yet.
Tamba fulan ne rohan sirak mai.
God still has plenty of time to find the money.
Tamba maromak se ia tepu baraka tu bukawasa.
And so I've learned not to get stressed.
So ne how aprende ona lalika stress.
It's God's work.
Ne obra maromak niya.
I have God's promise.
How ia promesa maromak niya.
If I keep seeking the good of His kingdom, He'll make sure we have everything we need.
Karik ita buka ni renu lalea, niya se asegura saida kita persil.
Now we're going to go back to 2016.
Agora o karafila fali ba tinan riun ruasa nolo resing name.
We are living from day to day by God's grace and provision for what we need.
Ami moris o si loron ba loron depende maromak niya grasa.
And God says, you have been faithful, I've got something else for you to do.
No maromak hatatemay. Tamba imi fiel. How say you buat tidak tan ba imi atuhal.
I want you to start some businesses.
How akar começa halo business.
Businesses for God.
Negócio ba maromak.
Then the main business would be a butterfly park for tourists.
Negócio principal makahal parque ba borboleta.
We call it Butterfly Paradise.
Ami bolu paraíso borboleta.
I sat down and I drew some plans.
How turno how começa desenho plano ba.
And I did some calculations.
No how halo calculação.
And I came up with a figure of $400,000.
No fim how na calculação mais ou menos rion atus hat US.
And I wanted to say to God,
No karkata tema maromak.
God, you are crazy.
Maromak one bulak don.
But I didn't.
Mai be how la atetene ne.
I just said, I can't do this.
How atetene halo bela halo den.
But God said, I want you to do this.
Ne maramak ne what think halo den.
So I said, prove it.
No atete prova mai ha.
And in his way, he kept proving it day after day.
No tuirnya maneira rasi ne prova mai how lorom baloro.
So I said, God, what about if we ask people for money?
No how se maramak. Oi sa se how su osambaem.
Because this is going to be a business.
Ama idane business negócio.
A business with three primary purposes.
Negócio ho objetivo todo.
One, to make money to support the orphanage and school and media center.
Ida atu al fundraising atu suporta la barik sira yo orfanato.
Two, to provide jobs and professional training for the young people that we are educating.
Segundo atu fornece serviço profissional para jovens ser.
And three, to teach the visitors that God, the God of heaven, is the creator.
No, de tolo o terceiro maka atu hanorim ba ema kata maroma ne makita ne
So
criador.
this was to be a business with an evangelistic side.
Também negócio ne anesan sítio o fatin ba evangelização.
God said, no fundraising.
No, maroma hatete mahal la ia fundraising.
I wish I had time to tell you that story.
How espera how ia tempo atu conta hotu neva aí.
So we began praying.
Também ami começa a oração.
And just a couple of months after we began praying, a man contacted us through Jesus for Asia.
No, pulang hira depois dele, né? Ema ida contato ami dio se ministério Jesus ba Ásia.
And he said, I feel impressed by God that I should sell my apartment in Los Angeles and give you the money to help the long-term care of the orphans.
Ema ida Amerika, ne how ia impressão ainda se maroma kata how atu fan how ne uma no suporta o ne serviço.
I did not know this man.
How la conhece Ema ne?
And he found out about us because a friend told him what we were doing in a short conversation.
No, nia tene kona ba ami também conversa com colega aí desse.
And God just strongly impressed him that he should sell this apartment and give us the money.
No, maroma po impressão bania kata nia tem que fan nia apartamento depois po sambasir.
It took 1 year, but he kept his promise.
Ne hante tempo tinamida, mas maroma cair na fatinha promessa.
And we began building Butterfly Paradise.
No, ami começa a construir paraíso borboleta.
But while we were waiting, we were busy doing the things that didn't cost a lot of money.
Mas bahira ami halo dine, ami mas halo buat seruk nebe la os custo bo, la han osan bar.
Let me go on to here. Okay. So let me take you for a quick walk through Butterfly Paradise.
Mai ita halo tour bara kida ba butterfly.
This is the front entrance where the visitors see.
Idene entra bahira tama ba nia oinkeras.
They walk past Tapilla, our giant caterpillar.
Depois sira tama ba caterpillar gigante, neba.
Tapilla is as long as one of these classrooms.
Caterpillar nia medida mais ou menos nessa classroom middle.
And about twice as high.
No nia as dua kali lipat.
And he's made of concrete and steel.
No halo si sementi. No
And
besi.
he's a copy of a real caterpillar.
Nia anasan kopia ida si caterpillar nebe real.
And then when people walk into the garden, they're met by this beautiful tropical garden.
Bahira sira hakat tama ba tos laran sira começa are iPhone sira neba.
Then we have a waterfall, which here is not functioning, and we have some crocodiles.
Waterfalls be air terjun nebe agora regula funciona neba.
So we have some crocodiles in there.
No ami la faika neba.
Another shot of that. And then we have butterflies.
Agora
Lots of
mi
butterflies.
borboleta.
Fish ponds
Ne
and waterfalls.
kolam ikan no air terjun.
Snakes.
Samea
not just butterflies and crocodiles.
Laos crocodilo ho borboleta le mai samea.
We have a lookout where people can look out over the whole garden.
Ita ia nesan fating asir na besira bela hare batos larantama.
The garden is nearly half the size of this block.
Tos nia medida mais ou menos metade assim compound mesmo.
We have a pond where people can put their feet in and let the fish chew on their feet.
No, ne kolam ida ne besira bela haton ai no usi ikan sira.
And another waterfall. Another waterfall in the background.
No, ia air terjun ni kotak naba.
Other ponds.
Ne kolam ida sela.
More butterflies.
Butterfly tan.
A cinema.
Ne mas cinema.
Where people can sit down and learn about how God is creator.
No, sira bela tour ne. No aprende o insa maroma criar na ita.
A restaurant.
No, ia mas restaurante.
Our restaurant is not quite finished, but almost.
Restaurante sira remata. Atu hotu mas sira hotu.
Many beautiful butterflies.
Ia borboleta fura.
We also have an animal house.
Kami mas ia uma animalnya.
Now, I haven't taken an updated picture, but all of these little enclosures, almost all now have snakes in them.
Quarto que considera nevana, agora nela as fotos icosliu, mas agora cada quarto ia samea helada.
And we plan to have scorpions and centipedes and all sorts of interesting animals.
Kami say samea sa python, centipede ne dia seria ido be kakiseribo ne o sel tan neve interessante.
As people are leaving the garden, they come to the turtle pond.
Banhira sira atu saia sitos, sira mai ia kolam lenukni.
We have 7 kinds of turtles and tortoises.
Ami tipo lenuk hitu makene ba.
And one more waterfall that you can stand behind.
No ia artesian ida na be tabel America kodo.
And then as they leave, they go through the souvenir shop.
No banhira sira sai, sira musli osi loja souvenir ne.
It's not finished yet, but we're selling some souvenirs.
Sira remata mai be ami começar fan souvenir ba.
We have a big car park.
Ai mas ia parazen na be bo.
This is just a small part of the car park.
Ne sa parte ki kira hasi parazen karetani.
And at the other end of the car park, we have another one of our businesses that we're starting up.
No ia kareta para fatin ia mas amina negócio selo kira.
People can come to the butterfly garden and see the beautiful plants and then go to the other end of the car park and buy them.
Sira banhira sira explorator sira hare ai funan ai horis bonita sira na ba depois sira mai fatin ne sira mus bela sosa.
And when I leave here to go back, I will be working with my staff to open this month to sell to the public.
No banhira how fila hosi ne how fila fali ba ne ba how se serviço on staff sira atu começa loke fatin fan ne ba público.
And then we have one more business that we're starting.
No, I mean business ida tan.
This building is our souvenir workshop.
Umaida ne sa workshop ba souvenir.
Where our young people can get Sabbath-free work.
Ia be ma jovem sira bele etan serviço
making souvenirs
Halo
that
souvenir.
we can sell in the butterfly garden.
No bele fan butterfly tos butterfly ni. Oh borboleta ni.
All of this costs money.
Sira ne hotu precisa osa.
But we don't worry because God is in control.
Mai ami la preocupa tamba maroma controla.
We have some other projects too.
Ami sia progetto sel kidatan.
But we don't have time to talk about
Mai
that
ami
tonight.
la ya tempo ato kolia ne.
But I want you to think about these words.
Mai hawa kara ita hanoi kana walia fuan sira.
One life fully surrendered to the will of God is of inestimable value to the kingdom of heaven.
Au mais ou menos a traduz karingan morisida nebe submete na kono ba maromak ni hakara ne anesan valor nebe bot tebes ia regula lehannya.
Tonight you have heard what God has done with my family because we surrendered our lives to God back when we were very young.
Oin kalan imirona wana oin sa ami submete aminia antamak ba maromak no saida mak maromak halomai ami bahira ami sei nurak.
God has honored our faith in Him.
Maromak po honra aminia fe bania.
I used to be a dumb student,
How uluk estudiante na me kakutak ladon zoka.
but as I put my trust in God and let Him use my life as He wanted to use it,
Maybe how entrega how niya an ba maromak conforme niya tu usa how.
I have been privileged to do all sorts of things.
Nang how ya privilegio ato halo buat barak.
Things that I could never have imagined doing as a dumb student.
Buat nebe how nunca imagina ato halo hanesan estudiante nebe ladon matene.
But when God calls you to do something and you're willing, He will equip you to do it.
Maybe pahira maromak bolu imi ato halo buat nebe niya hakarak ato halo niya say for matenek may.
And when you take a hold of the promise that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
No, ita kair maromak niya promesa kata. How bele halo buat hotu diho sinai Jesus nebe ha forsa how.
Remembering that when Jesus is living in you,
Hanoin katak bahira maromak hela iya iminya lara.
with Jesus comes the faith of Jesus.
Jesus sai fe Jesus ni.
And God will take you on an amazing adventure.
Maromak selori ita ba adventure nebe furak teves.
If my wife could be here and you were to ask her, would you want to change anything?
Karik kawan esposa hene no ita uso. Karik hakar muda buat rumah.
Her answer would be the same as mine.
Ni resposta se anesa ho how.
No.
Lai.
We are so thankful that we made the decision to follow God's will wherever He leads.
Ami contenti teves. Kata ami disili atu tuir maromak ni hakarak. Sai dedek mak ni hakarak.
In the book of Revelation, it talks about the 144,000.
Ia libro Apocalipse kolia kona ba ema riu atu sida hat nuloresin hat.
We chose to be a part of the 144,000.
Ami hili atu sai ida hosi to ema atu sida hat nuloresin hat.
To follow Jesus wherever He leads.
Atu tuir nai Jesus pa nebede ni haruka.
And we have been blessed.
No, ami hetam bensam.
And one of those blessings is being able to be here and share my testimony with
No
you.
bensam ida maka. Bele mai hamrik ene for testimonya bai.
And if you will go to Jesus and say, I will follow you wherever you go.
No bahira imi ba Jesus na tete.
I will,
Au se tuir ita ba ya nebede ita haruka.
I will do whatever you ask me to do.
Au se halo sai dedet maka ita haruka hawa tu halo.
Just live in my heart, Jesus.
No Morris, my Morris ia haunya laran na Jesus.
You will have a life of challenges.
No imi se ia Morris nebe na kono desafio.
A life of victories.
Morris nebe ia victoria.
And a life of joy.
No Morris nebe haksor.
And many other people will come to experience that joy because of your life.
No ema bara se mai a tu experiencia haksor tamba itabot ni Morris.
And the kingdom of heaven will grow.
No reino lalehan se habelar.
And one day when we get to heaven,
No loro nida bahira itabala lehan.
Jesus will open the treasure chest.
No nia se loke treasure.
Treasure chest. The box with all the treasure.
Mala treasure ni.
Because you remember Jesus said that we should keep our treasure in heaven.
Hanoi lembra kata Jesus atete maita kata kita sirai teni osa treasure ia rikusoi ia lalea.
And for me,
No mai how
I'm looking forward to that treasure.
Karakter sa tu hare rikusoi ne.
Each piece of that treasure
Kada rikusoi nebe rai neba.
has two eyes,
Ia matang ruat.
a nose,
Ia inus.
and a mouth with a big smile.
Ia ibun nebe nasa senyum.
Because that treasure is the people that God has brought to Him through my life.
Treasure nebe bot liya maka. Ema sir nebe maroma lori liyo siya moris.
And I know I will meet hundreds, maybe thousands,
No tena kata kau si lori ema. Atus bele mas riam.
that came to know Jesus because I gave my life to Jesus.
Siramai hatena Jesus. Tam hau entrega moris bana Jesus.
Today we looked at that verse where it said that Jesus endured the cross for the joy that would come.
Oi ita rona versuida kata na Jesus tahan moe terus ia cruz tamba tu hetan hak solo kidan.
Each one of us makes up a part of that joy that Jesus will have.
No kada ida ita ya pateng ida ne se hola parte ia hak solo na Jesus akar.
And when we walk with Jesus,
No bahira ita serviço hona Jesus.
we will enter into His joy as well, because we will have those in heaven that are there because of our lives.
Ita mas se hak solo mos anasan ne.
So tonight I want to challenge you.
No hikalan awakara desafia ita bot sira.
Surrender all to Jesus.
Entrega, submete total bana Jesus.
Let Him make the decisions for your life.
Husik ba niya maka halo decisão ia imine moris.
Let me warn you,
Mai hapo atenção bai.
some of those decisions will seem crazy when you first hear about them.
Ia ideia ser nebe itarona asa primeira vez ne nessa ideia bulak.
But when you look back after following the will of God,
Mai be bahira ita bot hare fila faliba kotu mai hira laona konai maroma.
you will see that what is crazy to man is for the glory of God.
Buat nebe anessa ideia bulak ba ema mai be ida ne ba maroma ke gloria.
So I want to challenge you. Give all to Jesus.
Awakara desafia ita.
Follow
Entrega hotu ba na Jesus.
the Lamb wherever He goes.
Tuir PB1 iha nebede neba
And one day,
no lorong ida
you will follow Him through the gates of the kingdom of heaven,
no ita se tuir nia tama portang lalehan nia
together with those that you have brought to Jesus.
hamutu ko sira nebe ita bot lori tama barenu lale
May my experience be your experience.
hauna esperança saída macau experiência
May the joy
sai masana sani minha
May the
experiência
joy that I have every day be your joy.
biar ba saída maca solo kaunia sai solo iminiang mos
My joy comes from Jesus, and Jesus wants to give it to you as well.
haunia solo maya sinai Jesus no na Jesus akar hau for solo ne bai
Let's pray.
maita harohan.
Father in heaven,
Amania lale.
thank you for filling my heart with joy.
Obrigado. Tamba ense hana laran ho solo.
Thank you for how you took this dumb kid and you've used me to make a positive impact in the lives of so many.
Obrigado. Ba hoti hau nebe ema beik ida no usa vai te botnia gloria.
Thank you for my faithful wife.
Obrigado ba haunia fen nebe fiel.
Thank you that my children have grown up to love you and to serve you and serve together with us.
Obrigado ba anori hamnia sira. Cresce no servita bot.
Thank you for the privilege of being able to share my testimony tonight with my brothers and sisters.
Obrigado ba for biban atu fahe testemunha ho haunia mawali sirehne.
May you make your will known to them.
biar ba itabot huatene saya dapat itabot na karak basira ni mo.
May you take hold of their hands and lead them wherever you go.
Biar ba itabot na liman di daerah sira ba fatin na ba itabot karak sira ba.
May you give them a willing heart to follow.
Ho basira laran na ba akarak lao piri itabot.
And may you use each one of us
Biar ba itabot uza kada ami ida fatin na ba.
to expand your kingdom.
Atu habela itabot niya rain.
We look forward to the day when we walk through the gates of the New Jerusalem.
Ami desejo atu hare loron ida nebe ami lao tamatir portal lalayannya.
May each one of us have many people together with us, those that we brought to Jesus.
Ami rawan atu leo si ami bele lori ema barak liutan bana Jesus.
May the joy in our lives be infectious and others want that joy.
Biar ba solok na ba ami iya saya bela ba masel.
We ask this in Jesus' name.
Ami harawan me uri na Jesus Kristo. Yanar.
Amen.
Amen.